Hey y'all, welcome to Life on Helton Creek. I'm Mimi, this is Pa. He just got finished putting a blower in the 986 because the air went out.
Yep.
Was it a little warm?
It's warmish. Yeah.
Well, 92 when you was trying to run it?
I think a big old life-size easy bake oven. That's what it was.
And so we got that fixed. He's got a new blower in it. Now it'll blow you out of the cab. And now he's trying to fix the windshield wiper. And he says that this is what?
The rarest switch in the world.
What's it as rare as?
Hen's teeth.
It's as rare. That's what he told me when I walked up. That's as rare as hen's teeth.
So this is actually the back of the switch. I'm still trying to get the front of the switch out. It has a built-in circuit breaker that sends power to the radio, and then it also goes through the windshield wiper switch. So it and I can look the number up, and I can get the number off of International's website. All of them are out of stock, and have been for 5 years.
So what are you gonna do with it, Pa?
Well, I'm gonna get a switch. I'm gonna get a wiper switch, and I'm just going to come off one of the posts with a pigtail and put a circuit breaker in line and let that be that.
So you're gonna build it yourself.
Yep, that's what I'm gonna do.
Improvise, I believe is the word
Yep.
that you said that you used.
So if anybody out there knows where I can get a factory switch, I'd certainly entertain one. Thought about calling the scrap yards because there's tractors all over the place for these. I actually posted a question on a 86 series group on Facebook about my fuel tank collapsing. Got plenty of good responses on it. I found one at Allstate's, but it's $400. And so
For a tank?
Yeah, for a fuel tank. Problem that I have with mine, we'll show it to you in a minute, but the problem I have with it is apparently the vent plugged up, and it
Squished it.
Squished it, and it squished it at the fill tank, at the fill cap, and so now it's deformed and bent. And when I fill the tractor completely full of diesel, it sloshes all over the place and makes a mess. So
we can't have that.
I never fill it completely full if I can help it.
Oh, the fun of farming.
The diesel gets all over the back of the tractor, and the fumes come up into the cab.
The fumes come up in the cab and stink.
So it might be worth $400, but I wanted to investigate why the 986 does that before I spent $400 on another tank and have it do it. So
and you investigated.
I did. So
there you go.
And a 1086 won't fit it, or I would sneak over and swap Jerry's.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
No, you wouldn't. Yeah. Uncle'd get you.
Yeah, he might see it. He might not.
Y'all, he's not really that mean. Well, he is mean, but he's not that mean. Not to Unc anyway.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. There's the fuel tank, and there's the mess it makes. That's all hay dust. That's just accumulating from that wet fuel.
Normally, hay dust doesn't collect that bad and that thick unless it's wet.
And nice little puddle under the tractor. So, need to get it fixed.
Need to get it fixed. We're working on that, right?
Yep. $400, I'll fix it. Plus freight.
Plus freight. Stay tuned. Right, here she is. She's at home now.
Yep.
Tell us all about her.
All right, well, it's a Kabota SBL 75 version 3 compact track loader, 74 horsepower, give or take. It's a later version of the version 3 has been out about 3 years, 2 or 3 years, and they've made a few refinements since then. But this one is, it's got the high flow hydraulics. It's got climate control in it with the air.
What do high flow hydraulics mean?
It means that it can run higher volume oil through to run bigger attachments. such as brush mulchers. We opted for the demo door, the ballistic front door, which is, I think, what we're ultimately going to try to do is do a brush mulcher. So we kind of set it up to have that capability. So we put the shatterproof glass on the front, and we put the high flow hydraulics on it. Purchased it in McMinnville, Tennessee, at H&R Agri-Power.
Give a shout out here.
Jeff down there, he'll fix you up. He was real good to work with, no frills. Really good guy to work with. I was well pleased. Yeah, we'll leave plastic on the seat. That's kind of a.
Oh wow.
So one reason I opted for the Kubota was that reason there, that it's got the roll up door. Some people argue that it rattles over time, but if you've got the swing out door and your boom is up, you can't get out. So you got to climb out the back window, which they've got an escape hatch back there. And I was doing a little reading in the manual. It's got a pressure relief valve under the seat. So if the machine is stopped and you need to let the boom down, you can reach under there and let it bleed down. But I really like the rollback door rather than the swing out doors.
Cup holders, air
conditioning,
conditioners.
Bluetooth stereo, all of it's on the touchpad, keyless start.
I hadn't sat in it yet, so I'm going to sit in it if I don't fall. Man. Got all the doodads. Oh! It's like a game.
Yeah, video game.
Like operating a video game.
Yeah, yeah. So your left hand operates the direction, and your right hand operates the boom in the bucket.
Oh. Sorry.
Got
a better horn than your truck does.
So.
Oh.
Yeah, those will slide open. You can also operate it with the door open. You can pin them out and leave it.
It's got a rear view mirror.
Yeah.
And a sunroof.
Yeah, and a backup camera.
A backup camera.
Yeah. So it's got a backup camera on there. One of the things that the version 3 has that the version 2 didn't, they moved the radiator above the engine. And so now the back door is solid, and they mounted the fuel tank on the back door to give you extra ballast in the back. And it also keeps you from backing into brush and puncturing your radiator. It's an accelerator, yeah. So we got,
and all the proverbial warning cards here about what to do and what not to do. You gonna leave that there so it reminds you not to do stuff?
Those are service points and intervals and things. So
I like it.
It's got a reversing fan, so as it pulls if you're in a dusty condition, things like that, it'll pull air back up through the radiator to kind of clean it out. And it's on a schedule, so you're running, it does it every 10 minutes. So the back door solid, backup camera. I think it's got like 135 degree view, and then so fuel tanks on the back. You can fuel it up without opening the door. That's kind of cool. That's not something that's very common with these things. And then all your service points are in here. Your air filter, your oil filters, fuses, battery, all that. This is a reversing fan up here.
Oh wow.
I got an air intake that's up above everything, so.
How's the oil?
Full, as it should be.
Well, it sure does look nice.
Yeah.
Kind of exciting.
So, like I said,
this is going to be Pa's retirement.
Yeah, maybe. We got some serious renovation to do on the place. We got trees down everywhere. We've got brush taking over the place. We got fields that need to be sinkholes that need to be filled in, things like that. So this is gonna facilitate most of that. Like I said, we're gonna entertain a brush mulcher here probably before winter. First thing on the list is to get a set of pallet forks so we can move things, and then probably some type of a grapple bucket.
Grapple bucket.
Grapple bucket.
You
Kind of like
those grapples, don't
I do. They're like
Hey,
little
go help him, baby,
pincher thumbs.
before he falls.
Come on, calm down.
Let Pa help you.
He don't need no help.
So we're gonna try to get grapples to unload the hay.
But we're gonna get a
and
hay
the
spear.
mulcher to
Hay spear to unload the pallet forks to move logs and pallets of, like the IBC totes, things like that. And then do a grapple bucket where we can grab some brush and move it around. We'll get the cornstalk bales up out there with the grapple bucket and dump them in the little red wagon and take them back on the place somewhere and
I gotta show them the little red wagon.
unload it.
So you got a lot of big plans, don't
Yeah,
you?
yeah. I'm pretty excited about getting going.
You get older.
Back in the 90s, I had a John Deere 250 skid steer, and it was just handy. Had all sorts of attachments on it, but it drove a lot different. It was forward and reverse with two levers on your hands, and you operated the bucket and the boom with your feet. And that's what my 62-year-old brain tries to do when I'm in this. So I'm going to just have to relearn how to operate it.
But we can do it.
So it'll take a little time.
We kind of have a surprise for you because you won't believe what you're about to see.
Yep.
This is the old
Barge
rusty
wagon.
barge wagon that came in that was looked like it was falling apart,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
But it's been fixed. Surprise! This is Pa's little red wagon. We did a couple of videos of him putting the sides back on it and fixing things up, and this is our little red wagon.
All just hauling around the farm here. We're gonna start out by moving them corn stalks to the back of the place and haul mulch and haul dirt. And we painted the floor with the graphite paint to make it slicker. And I put a rock salt vibrator on the bottom of it. That's what the cables on the front of it were to plug into the 12 volt.
About that part.
So it'll shake, help unload a little easier.
The tires compared to
that's what the cables are. So I'll plug that into the tractor. Yeah, you shake it
like
very much like the feed bin. And if we decided to, we could remove the sides and use it as a hay hauler. That's why we put the cuffs on the sides instead of having it hard bolted in. Yeah, that's a fact.
Sitting outside today, it's only about 98 with humidity levels of 4,000. It's hot. I don't know how many times I've heard it's not the heat, it's the humidity, and that is so true. The humidity in Tennessee will melt you. We had a couple of pop-up showers this afternoon. We do have a little hay on the ground, so that's been a little distressing. Pa is out running the tedder over some of it right now, and hopefully it will all come up starting tomorrow. So far, he's got about 90 acres complete, 524 rolls. So that's an average of about 5 rolls per acre. We're behind because of the rain. it's actually kind of difficult to mow the hay right now because the ground is soggy and soupy. I don't know how many farmers we've talked to who are running into the same issue. I wish I could include a picture in here of my son, the guy that he helps. He hit what looks like a swamp and sunk it. They tried a tractor, then they tried 2 tractors, and then they finally had to get a huge wrecker in there to get him out. It was a sloppy mess, and everybody's running into that issue. We hadn't got stuck yet, but man. So we have a grand total of 4 new baby calves. Nosy Rosie, Butterscotch, 74, and Eve, our little heifer, all have their calves. They're doing great. They are, on my last video, you saw the milk mustache on Nosy Rosie's calf. And they are putting the milk out, and it's a good thing because this weather, they need all the oomph they can get in the heat just like they do in the winter. So it's really, really neat. I noticed them in the creek the other day, so they're learning how to get in there and get cooled off and splash around. They love to play with one another. It's a lot of fun to watch them. Most of the time, they stop as soon as I pick the camera up. I don't know why that is, but most of the animals do. I don't know why. I don't think I've talked too much about my garden, and I may take you over there in just a minute and give you a big tour. With the rain, guess what I've grown the best? Right, weeds. Our potatoes are gorgeous. I cannot wait to dig our potatoes and see how they did. I'm hoping that they are just overrun with potatoes. If they are, everybody knows what they're getting for Christmas. They're getting bags of taters for Christmas. Okay, so let's go look at the garden. Let's go look at the weed patch, because that's what I grow best. There are onions in here. Lots of onions. Have potatoes that are just about ready to dig. They're still blooming. A few of them are, if you can see them amongst the weeds. This is my job for this evening, is to get in here and find my peppers. See my beautiful pepper plants. I have 6 of them in here, I think. If you can see it. Got some peppers on there. This is something I've never had any luck with, and for those of you who have been with me a while, you are aware. I don't usually have luck with cabbages, and this is kind of eating up some, but look at this. I actually have a cabbage in there, and in there, and in there, and in here, and in here. This is another thing I've never had any luck with. And I got one good head off, and then it bolted. So that is called bolting. This is romaine lettuce, and in the heat, it started out beautiful, started out great. It was so tasty. And then when the heat hit, this is what happens if you don't get it picked in time. It bolts. Here are tomatoes that need to be tied up. They are growing beautifully though, and I put some basil in mine this time. And let me just tell you, if you've never planted basil with your tomatoes, you really should do that because it works. They are doing so well. Blooms everywhere. I just need to get in here and tie them up. There's more thunder. This is another tomato plant that I need to get tied up that I did not. But it is doing beautifully. Even though I haven't gotten it tied up. Look here. It's covered in blooms. There's the basil companion plant with it. It's doing fabulous. More tomatoes. Covered in blooms. Doing so beautiful. This is a nice weed patch. There are peppers in here. I need to get these weeds pulled. It is not the easiest thing to do when your hands don't want to work. So there is my beautiful corn. It started out a little rough here because this is where the water collects, right here. But isn't she pretty? I can't get out in there, but I can zoom in. It is muddy, muddy, muddy. And I'm so looking forward to potatoes and corn and tomatoes. So this is cucumbers and squash, and that's as far as I can go because I'm sinking. And there's some cucumbers out there. Oh goodness. Look at here. I got a cucumber. Now, everybody wants to know why they're so fat like this, and it's because of the rain. Too much rain. And then this is zucchini. Oh gosh, now my shoes are muddy. So everything looks so pretty over here for a while. And then it started raining. And then it kept raining. And then it kept raining. So I'm gonna take my cucumber in and see how it tastes. It's probably gonna be a little bit bitter. And I heard thunder. There's thunder rolling again. So even though it's muddy as jack right now, if it don't go around us, we're gonna get another little thing of rain. We got corn. Got cows hollering everywhere. I don't know what's going on. I guess I'll go check on them. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us today at Life on Helton Creek. Always remember, you're never alone.